Hello and good morning, beautiful people. Now, what you just saw, that montage you just saw is meant to get you out of bed. And of course, sitting right in front of your TV. Well, maybe not sitting, but staying very close to the vicinity of your TV.
Exactly,
Like this.
exactly. But you don't have to get up if you have
What?
if you have a TV in your room and you're just in bed and you're just hanging out. And everybody's wondering what's in my hand right now.
Yes. Okay, so if you're just tuning in this morning, you probably noticed a brand new montage.
Yeah, some things are happening, We'll tell you about that later on.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and as usual, you don't want to miss any part of this show. We are here right now for you every single day, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the show.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to be here for almost 2 hours. It's packed. And this morning, we're going to keep you well nourished as well. Talking about nourishment, food is always a part of the show. And we're going to be heading to the kitchen to find out what's going on there. We have an amazing chef, as always, on standby.
Of course, Chef Affair with MM this morning. Hey, guys.
Hi, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Excellent, excellent.
Looking bright and beautiful this morning, ladies.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you.
My name is Titilayo Oyinsong.
And I'm Yomi Ope. Keep up with us online if you have to be on the move, as usual. tvcontinental.tv is the website to go to. And, of course, on Facebook, you can check us out at TVC Connect. You can also send in comments using the hashtag
Wake Up Nigeria. Now, regarding food, you know, I didn't mention that Chef Ofe is from Cerise Pink.
Yeah.
Cerise Pink Occasions, and she's been delighting us with something tasty to eat every week for a while now. I think we should be celebrating your anniversary
Chef
soon.
Ofe, you know, she's
Yeah.
all about free stuff.
Yeah.
Ofe. Ofe means free.
Ofe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's protesting like,
Yes, no.
Let's go straight to this morning's highlights. Isonel and his friends have music for us this morning. It promises to be very entertaining.
Yeah, that's classical music with a twist. And of course, we'll be having our regular book chat today with Lola Akinmade. And she's going to be here talking about her book, Due North.
All right, and Temi Abodiri Alao, who's the CEO of Plus Size Week, will be joining us much later on the show for a chat.
MM will be giving us a life hack session. In fact, I think we're overdue for that. We've been looking out for those life hacks, and I can't wait to see what she has in store for us today. Yes, indeed. All right. Beautiful.
All right, beautiful. So something is happening at TVC.
Yes.
There's a buzz right now. It's all about pure entertainment.
Yes, it is. Brand new logo, brand new rebranding.
I just want to give you
And
this.
so it's
That's for
interesting.
you.
Thank you, thank
that's
you.
for you.
Thank you. So the new TVC is youthful, urban,
Yeah.
colorful,
Energetic.
exciting.
Yeah.
And you know, TVC has been
And
here a
refreshing.
while.
Yeah.
Very refreshing, right?
We'd like people to send in their comments because, I mean, there's been, you know,
Build up.
a build up to this, and tell us whether you like the colors, the branding, and of course, everything that you've been seeing over the last hour or so. There's been, you know, sudden change. So
there's a huge buzz around TVC. The whole office is agog with like, oh, wow, the new logo, the new feel of the energy of the station.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the energy and fillers you have between programs does a lot to keep people glued to the screen.
yeah.
You know.
And for us, it's about pure entertainment.
Of course.
Pure entertainment, just keeping people happy and, you know, keeping them going. So whether it's music, movies, shows like this, Wake Up Nigeria, Your View, all the great shows right here.
Entertainment Splash in the afternoon.
Yeah, yeah.
You have so many great programs on TVC, and even more are being prepared just for you. So you need to make sure you stay right there. They'll be reeled out one by one, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about when it comes to pure entertainment.
Yeah,
But
so don't forget to send in your comments.
Yeah.
That's online. Just send in your comments. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria so we can read your comments and tell us what you think.
So
about this
I have a
movie.
question for though. So what does entertainment mean to you? What does it mean to you?
Okay, entertainment, what entertainment means to me basically is the new vision for TVC.
Okay. Okay.
I just had to say
But
that.
what keeps you
because,
entertained?
well, that's because we've been a part of the, process from the get-go. We already knew where the new TVC, vision is going. And we're all working towards, attaining that vision, which is pure entertainment, 100% unsolidified entertainment. So yeah, you're getting it here on TVC, basically.
Yomi, what does entertainment mean to
Well,
you?
entertainment basically, is really about just storytelling. If you tell me a story in music, I love it. If you tell me a story in a movie or in a short play, whatever it is, storytelling, interpreting the world around you, everybody's experience, that kind of a thing. So anything that gives me an experience and tells me a story, that's entertainment.
And that's what we're trying to actually bring to you at TVC. But we'll be talking a lot more about this over
Later
time.
on,
The brand new, refreshing, pure entertainment TVC.
All right, so this morning, of course, we all know our delectable, beautiful, the lovely.
Thank you.
Should I go on?
Continue. Thank you. Thank you.
Chef Ofe. She's in the kitchen this morning, and we are making onion-flavored dried yam.
Fried yam.
Fried yam and chicken wings.
Hot wings.
Hot, darling, it's coming from the heat, so it's definitely supposed
When
to
I
be
mean
hot.
Ninja hot means
Oh, like hot, spicy,
pepper
hot.
them gang kind of hot.
And there you have on your screen the ingredients, so I will talk about them.
Yeah.
Chef Ofe.
So we have onions and spring onions, the bulb of spring onions for the sauce.
Okay.
Then we have fried yams, which I soaked overnight in salt water.
Really?
Yeah, for it to get in. Yeah.
So all that saltiness is going to go into the yam.
Yeah. Then this pepper mix, tatashe, shombo, and rodo.
Okay.
And this grated garlic, this chicken broth, these onions, some for frying the yam and some for garnishing.
Okay.
Then spring onions for garnishing, tomato paste, then the chicken wings, which are pre-boiled because of time.
All right, so apparently you're not joking when you said onion fried yam.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's
onion
a
powder.
lot of yam.
Because we have onion
and we have
powder.
onion powder. So we have spring onions. We
Yes.
have fresh onions.
Yep.
We have onion
Onion
powder.
powder.
We have
Spring onions. So we are all onion-y today.
Oh, yeah, apparently. So
Yeah.
what are we starting with?
So we'll start the sauce.
Okay.
So this goes in.
So guys, take note that our pepper sauce here, pepper puree actually, is shombo, tatashe and pepper. There's no tomato in this mix.
None at all. Yep. So while we're frying this, let me just quickly season
our yam.
Yes, with a little bit of onion powder.
Okay. So in an instance where we do not have onion powder, what can we use?
You
to
could
season our
you
yams?
could chop in onions, lots of onions. Yeah.
And then do we leave it overnight or we just leave it
No,
there?
no. What you leave on overnight is the yam in salted water. But if you don't have time, you could just do it as you go. Yeah. I'm going to put a little bit of curry. Yeah, but I need to let me get salt.
Okay.
More, a little bit. Salt.
This yam is about to be lit.
Litty.
Yeah. Onion lit.
Litty. Yeah, just.
And so you're adding in a little more salt.
Yes, just a little more salt.
Okay.
I'm going to give that.
And we're sure that's not too much.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Give that a little.
So our onion fried yam is being seasoned with curry and onion powder.
Yep.
And Chef Ofe says, just in case you can't find onion powder, you can use lots of finely chopped onions.
Yeah, or you could even grate.
Oh, you could.
Yeah.
I think that grating one
Yes.
would go into that
Yes,
yam.
so it's very, very tiny and fine. Yeah.
All right, interesting.
So while we're frying this, we could also start frying our
yam.
No, chicken.
Oh, our
so that after frying the chicken, the flavor from the chicken goes into the yam. Yeah.
You're bad.
Yeah, bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you can use fish just in case.
Yeah, sure. Or turkey.
Or turkey. Depends on what's
Your
flavor.
Tell me
Tell
what.
what's your
Don't make me to
flavor.
start singing now. Start singing now.
Depends on what your flavor is. So guys, you are not in this kitchen right now. The minute I walked into the studio this morning, you need to see, or you need to have the aroma from the chicken wings.
It was like a
as in, I'm
perfume.
telling you, I didn't even need to use a perfume because I'm literally smelling chicken wings right now.
Yeah.
Man, I really need to know what you used in seasoning the chicken wings.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
I
please.
use salt, seasoning cubes, curry, thyme,
Oregano?
Oregano. That was the star
Yeah,
of it.
of-
Oregano,
yeah.
then a little bit of ginger and grated garlic.
And then the minute I walked in, I perceived that
Oregano.
in the chicken wings. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing. That flavor. Dang.
Do you know a particular? I will not.
I
Call,
mean,
I won't
like
call the name, but
sugar.
a particular tribe calls oregano.
Oregano.
Please don't ask me that tribe in Nigeria.
Oregano.
Oregano.
Oregano. That sounds
Don't
Oregano.
Don't ask me.
Mexican.
I say
Or
in Nigeria.
Spanish.
In Nigeria. Can't you see the accent I'm used to call it? Oregano.
Oregano.
Don't ask me.
I'm
oh.
trying to figure out.
I'm not. I don't want to be a racist. So don't ask me.
Oh, okay. All right. So how far with our onions, spring
Okay.
onions and onions?
Yeah, I think it's about ready.
Okay. So we're just gonna pour in our pepper
Yeah.
puree.
Yeah, you can try and. I pre-boiled it to drain out most of the water.
Okay.
So it fries faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, shombo is one spice I've never used.
Really?
Yeah.
It actually helps if you don't want too much tatashe. Shombo can.
I don't even use tatashe.
Are you serious?
I don't know why.
But for your jollof rice, you will need a lot of it though, for that color, along with tomato
Yeah.
paste. Yeah.
Excuse me. That's what I heard. I heard all of that tatashe.
Yes.
It gives that jollof rice that color.
That color. Yeah.
So I promised that I was going to try that out when next I'm making jollof rice.
Please do.
I will. So we're just going to wait for our tomato pepper puree
Yes, to fry.
to fry. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's next?
Wait for the chicken to fry as well.
Okay.
Then once
So
the
when
chicken-
our chicken wings are ready, we take them out. We
Yeah.
put in our fried yam,
Fried yam.
because the idea is to get the flavor from our chicken in the oil.
Yeah. Into the yam.
Into the yam.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then our chicken broth. Where does this go in?
Once this dries up, I'll
Okay.
put in the tomato paste with the chicken broth at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, so it
okay.
balances that sharp,
Sharp
yeah,
flavor.
Yeah, that
Oh,
sharp,
okay.
sour flavor.
Oh, great. Great. All right, so our onion yam, fried yam, and chicken wings. Hot, spicy, hot
See,
chicken
I have
wings.
Cameroon pepper and chili
Chili
pepper,
pepper.
so you can imagine.
Chef Ofe didn't come to play today, guys.
No,
Just in
I
case.
came to pepper them.
She came to pepper them gang in the studio this morning. We are going on a quick commercial break. There's more on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
All right, guys, we are outdoors, and I have here with me some really special guys, very talented. Isonil and friends. This is Isonil himself. That's Peter. That's John and John, right? So you guys, okay, so this is a cello, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a cello. What are these?
Violins, 2 violins, and then a viola.
Okay, so that's 2 violins and a viola.
This makes up a quartet.
So the viola is bigger than the violin?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So what are you guys going to be doing for us today?
A little bit of a nice arrangement we have. A very nice arrangement.
And this was an original arrangement by you guys. Absolutely.
We're hearing a
amazing.
song called In the Jungle.
In the jungle, okay, yeah.
Hearing that in it.
Okay, we'll hear a little bit of it and all of that. Okay, so we're gonna perform now, and then we'll come back and talk a little.
All right.
Okay. All right, you guys, let's do this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Isonil and friends, you guys are absolutely fantastic. I like the way that, you know, you just relax and you were just enjoying your playing.
It's what we do, yeah.
It's what you do, right?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So you guys are friends.
Sure.
And you perform at different locations,
Yeah,
and you also do work at Muzon Center and,
sure.
stuff like that. But, okay, so I've got this little boy. He's my son.
Okay.
He's about 8 years old now. What
Okay.
would you tell him? Because he's interested in strings. He's actually interested in strings. He does this a lot. So
he should pick this already. I mean, you have him already, and you've seen this
Yeah.
for yourself. You've seen how the string can sound. You've seen how. I mean, you said something. You said we're happy doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, most people think musicians are always not jovial.
Mhm.
We think musicians have issues with drinking and
Yeah.
all of that. No, really, classical music and the approach we have to it in this
Yeah.
country is alarming. It's really
Yeah.
amazing.
Mm.
So I think parents should really inculcate that habit of making kids learn instruments. Basically, it might not have to be violin, it might be
Yeah.
piano, any other thing, just
Mhm.
to just get their attention.
Yeah.
Because children need that to really. Most parents like
Yeah.
their children playing games and all.
yeah.
They have a lot to give, really, if you ask me. So, through instrument to bring the best out of them.
I
trust
love
me.
it. So yeah, so get the kids involved as early
Get
as
them involved
possible.
as early as possible. really.
Very nice, very
I wish I
nice.
started very young. I mean, most of us are about 9 to 8 years in this.
Yeah.
And really, if we started younger, man, it would have been better.
So how long did it take you to train? Like, for instance, you know, once you picked it up 9 years ago, you then decided that this was what you're going to do.
you know,
consistently.
for the piano, yeah, I'll say the piano is very inviting because from the first day of your class,
You
you're
can
playing,
learn, yeah.
You're playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah, it's
You're
already making
you're seeing
sense,
the keys,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
but for strings, it's quite difficult, yeah, because we produce our notes, we make our own notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that takes longer time, 3, 4 months, 5 months before you start playing and making sense.
Well, Isolina and friends. Now, Isolina and friends are still with us, and they're going to be performing later on another set
Yeah.
that we're going to be excited about. Hopefully, I'll join you guys then. I'll go bring my own viola or violin or something. All right. Yeah, but we're heading over to MM now, who has some life hacks for us, and then we'll come back later with Isolina and friends.
Thank you very much, Yomi. When was the last time you saw such an amazing violin performance? You can only find that here on Wake Up Nigeria. All right, last week on Life Hacks, I started the series on ways to reuse your old T-shirts. And if you know me, you will know I love makeovers. So today on the show, I'll be teaching you on what I call a T-shirt makeover. And how do we begin? First of all, the tools you need for this T-shirt makeover is your scissors and your glue. And of course, your shirts. All right, so first of all, what am I trying to create here? I'm trying to create a cold shoulder T-shirt. What do you call cold shoulders? Remember last year and even the beginning of this year, cold shoulders were quite a trend. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cut across the sleeve of your shirts. Just a nice, neat cut. Here you go. And then I'm going to make the same cuts. Or just in case you're wondering what Betty's doing here, she's actually my model for today. Yay. All right, so I'm going to make that same cut on the other sleeve of the shirts nicely. There you go. So this is what you have, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the edge, the edge of the T-shirts. I'm going to trim that out neatly. So just make sure both edges are balanced out properly. And I'm going to do this. So make sure when you're working with this, you're working on a flat surface table or whatever, so that you get what you're cutting out correctly. And then you're not making any sort of mistakes when cutting. Great. So there I have it. So so here I have the edge of the edge of my shirt. What I'm going to do here now is cut out 2 strips. Just cut it little strips, and there you go. So you have the short little strips here. So what I'm going to do here is take on the sleeve of the shirt that you've cut out, and then fold it nicely, and then use the strip you've cut out across it, just to, and then you hem it. But in this case, I'm going to use my glue to hold it together. So I'm just going to, but you could either do it outside or inner part of the sleeve. Depends on how you want it, but I'm going to do this in the inner part of the sleeve. So you fold that in, and then I'm going to place my glue on one end so that it holds the strip tightly. And here you go. So that's what I'm trying to create here. And so I'm just going to tell Betty to hold this end for me. Thank you very much. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other end, to the other strip, the other sleeve of my shirts. I'm going to take on the strip, tuck it in nicely, and then put your glue on the edge of the strip. Okay, here you go. So you could do this if you're working. You could do this with any color of shirts. You could even use Ankara as your, strips. To add a little bit of life and color to, your shirt. It depends on how you like it. So make sure you tuck this in properly. Hold it tightly to be sure that the glue is dried. And I'm going to tell Betty to try to put it on, and let's see how it looks. Right, Betty? Are you good? Great. Okay. So put this on so that our viewers can see what we're trying to achieve here. So basically, unfortunately, Betty cannot pull out. She can't pull out what she's wearing right now because, come on. But hey, you watching would definitely get what I'm trying to make here. So this is more like a cold shoulder, off shoulder kind of top, which is trending right now. A few of us have tried it. And so you can create your own. So you see, there you have it. Okay, I know Betty's very conscious about her hair, so I'm just going to allow her to do her thing. So you see what I was trying to create here? Great. So there you go. You have your off cold shoulder top. Whoever thought you could create your own off cold shoulder top? It's pretty trending right now. And then to add another, style to your top, what I'm going to do here is make it a fringe. How about, should we do that? Betty, what do you think? We shouldn't do that? Okay, so I'm going to make this into a fringe. So what I'm going to do here is just make straight cuts across the top to just give it another feel. Betty actually wants to stop, so she's begging me not to, style it. But hey, she's going to appreciate it later when she sees it. So you see what I'm trying to make here? I'm making really nice, I'm making a fringe here. Just cut it, nice straight cuts. Aha, you see? And then it depends on how high you want your fringe. So if you want it high, you could cut it all the way up. And then if you want it just across your hip area, you just cut it low. It also depends on how long or short your shirts, your t-shirts is. So Betty, do you mind moving a bit to me? Thank you very much. So I'm trying to be very careful here so that I'm not, I'm not going to ruin Betty's top. Okay. So at least you have an idea of what I'm trying to achieve here, basically. So you see, so here we have a fringe cold shoulder top. So what we have done here is turn an old t-shirt into a cold shoulder top fringe top. And there you have it. Thank you, Betty, for being my model today on the show. All right. We're moving on to more on Wake Up Nigeria, but we're going on a quick commercial break. Stay with us. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
There's something about some good music that just makes the day start the right way. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. We're in the garden now, and it's time for fashion. Wow, we have some amazing ladies coming to showcase outfits from JPK Couture, and they are also part of the Plus Size Fashion Week, which is taking off this weekend. Make sure you stay right there and watch out for those amazing dresses. Amazing ladies, amazing, amazing, amazing. Now these are the models from Plus Size Fashion Week, and they've come to showcase pieces from JPK Couture. And it just goes to show what you can achieve when you have some amazing fabrics, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so tell everyone who you are and how you're part of this.
Okay, so my name's Olakemi and I'm a plus size model. I'm also the founder of Plus Size Diverse, and I'm also a brand ambassador for JP Couture.
Yep.
Couture pieces, JP Kingdom.
Fantastic. Okay. Yes, here you go. All right, hold on to that. Use it. All right, so talk to us.
Oh, so my name's Olakemi. I'm a plus size model from the UK. I'm also the founder of Plus Size Diverse, and I brought the diverse models here today as well.
Fantastic.
For Plus Size Fashion Week Africa. And I'm also a brand ambassador for JP Couture, JP Kingdom.
So, brand ambassador, working with plus size models and fashion in the UK,
Yeah.
and you're here in Nigeria to showcase as well, right?
Yes, I'll be on the catwalk, yes.
Fantastic. So I love what she's wearing,
Yeah.
right? I would love to know how maybe a plus size woman out there understands how to dress with fabrics like this and where she would wear this to.
I think for plus size women, we need to be confident enough to experiment and know that, you know, we can wear bright clothes and we can be flamboyant and we can still look good. A lot of the times we feel like we have to wear dark shades and, you know, almost hide ourselves. But this is just living proof that you can be plus size and wear bright clothes and look fabulous.
All right.
Yeah.
There's another beautiful piece here. And I love the way this was sashaying as she was walking.
Yes.
Can you give us a, just move? Woo! It was just so amazing.
Yeah.
So well, what sort of dress is she wearing? Do you know the type of dress this
it's
is?
almost
Yeah.
like 50s inspired, you know, like
Yeah.
with their shimmies. And a lot of the time, again, you'd think that only slim women can wear this, but actually, again, curves can wear this and they can look great in it and fabulous and feel fabulous in it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking about length now.
Yes.
You know, is there a specific length that plus size women can't wear?
I think wear what makes you feel comfortable. So you feel comfortable, right?
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so there's a lot more bright colors here.
Yes.
A lot of red, a lot of ruffles.
Yes.
I feel like there was always a myth about plus size people wearing ruffles.
Okay,
You know?
but that it would make you look more frumpy. Or,
Yeah.
Well, this is living proof that she doesn't look frumpy. Look
Yeah.
how it accentuates all her curves.
Yeah.
It's about where you put it, where you place it. So, you know, around the bust areas, at the bottom,
Yeah.
you still see her shape and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
beautifully.
All right then. So I love the V-neck on her as well, but let's move on to the next model.
Okay.
The V-neck is also something I know that a lot of people who are plus size try to avoid
Yes.
because it makes it seem like, you know, because of the neckline and the collarbone, you know.
And the cleavage, maybe they feel that they shouldn't show
Yeah,
it.
they shouldn't expose it. For people who are sensitive like that, I think dresses like this would work, right?
Because, you know, it still shows skin. So, okay, if you don't feel comfortable to show cleavage, you can show your shoulder, you can show a little bit of neck, and it still looks beautiful.
All right, so I can see these sleeves now.
Yes.
I'm thinking, you know, I'm not really big on sleeves.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but I know that some people are constantly worried about their hands.
Yeah.
You know, so sleeves like this, and of course this one.
Yes. They
Would
just add
help with that.
more shape. So,
Yeah?
for example, maybe if you are have issues with your arms or your body confidence with your arms, when you have sleeves like this that, you know, give extra shape.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's still fashionable as well. It works again, shaping the curves, like JP Couture created for curves.
All right then.
Yeah.
I noticed that she's wearing trousers.
Yes.
Which are really cool.
Yes.
And it has a kind of tapered look.
Yeah.
All right, but come with me, come with me. Let's come back to the center
Sorry.
because I can see you're also wearing trousers.
Yes.
I've never worn trousers like this before. The sequin on the front, the ruffles. Are we trying to move into that ruffle thing that's happening in the fashion world now, or?
I think with fashion, it's, you know, it's how you feel, it's experimentation, it's creativity. So if ruffles is what you want to wear it, go with it, and just be confident with it.
All right then.
Yeah.
So the fabric you're wearing as well,
Yes.
you know, it is kind of risque.
Yes.
Yeah. So feeling comfortable with your skin.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, right?
100%.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I have to send it back into the studio now.
Okay.
Hopefully you've learned a thing or two, and I know that everyone in the kitchen is on standby for us. Hi guys.
All right, thank you very much, Titi. Very excited about where the fashion industry is going and how much it has evolved and how much it's accommodating plus-sized women. Who says you can be bootylicious and sexy at the same time? All right, welcome to the kitchen. And of course, we have Chef Ofe. And she is cooking onion fried yam
Yep.
and chicken wings.
Yeah, hot
Chicken wings, yeah. Why do I always miss out the hot chicken wings, though?
You like pepper?
So when she says hot, what she's talking about is going to be really spicy.
Do you like pepper?
Pepper them gang kind of chicken
Do you like
wings.
pepper?
Yeah, I do. And on your screen right there, you have the ingredients on your screen right there. And where we at with our chicken wings. Okay, so let's go through the ingredients for the chicken wings.
Okay.
Our pepper
Pepper
puree.
mix. Yeah. It's fried. It's almost done. Once we're through running.
So can we go through the process?
Okay, so we put in oil, then put in the diced
Vegetable oil, of course.
Yeah, vegetable oil, power oil.
Yeah.
We'll dice onions and the bulb of spring onions. Fry that up, then put in the pepper mix. When the water was dried out rather,
Yeah.
I put in the tomato paste and the chicken broth and cook that up together. So right now I want to season it a bit.
Okay.
With a little bit of curry, thyme.
So when that is ready, what
Yeah.
next?
When this is ready, we'll put in the chicken
Okay.
one at a time, gradually.
Yeah, and our chicken wings had already been seasoned.
Yes,
And,
yes.
you know, steamed.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly
Slightly steamed.
thin, yeah.
Yeah, great. Let's talk about our yam, which is the star guest for the show
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Onion fried yam. Yes,
Yeah.
people. And there's a lot of onions that went into frying that yam.
Lots.
We had fresh onions, we had onion powder. What else again?
The spring onions, which we're going to use to garnish.
Oh, you added spring onions?
No, I haven't yet, for
Yeah.
garnishing.
Okay, because I thought
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
No,
Yeah, and then we are
okay.
having spring onions soup
Yeah.
for garnishing later on. So,
Yep.
onion fried yam. Whoever thought? Whoever thought? Well, that's why you should tune in to Wake Up Nigeria every single day.
Yeah.
We always have surprises steaming out from the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at right now?
So I'm going to introduce the chicken gradually into the pepper
Man.
mix.
You need to check out this aroma from this pepper sauce. Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh
little
my
lit.
goodness.
It's little lit.
It's lit. It's
Yeah.
bay.
It's babe. It's babe.
Whoa.
So let me just give this a stir first.
Oh, this is delicious. I haven't tried it yet, but the aroma is delicious. It's delicious, simply tasty and yummy and real good to go. And our onion fried yams are almost ready.
Yeah, almost ready. Once it dries up, it's still a bit soggy. Once it dries up, we'll take it out and put in the next batch.
All right, great
Yeah.
stuff coming out of the kitchen right now. We're going on a quick commercial break. The second half of the show begins in a bit. Stay with us.
Wake up, wake up. It's time to get your day started. And of course, if you're just watching us right at this moment, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and you know, we aim to give you that fresh morning feeling and also all the entertainment you require every single day. It's the new TVC, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Now, we're still live online at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. For comments, make sure you use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria for Twitter, for Facebook, for Instagram, and I think we're on quite a few other platforms as well, you know. But we're waiting on those comments about our brand new look.
Yeah.
We'll be reading some of them possibly later on.
All right, so very shortly we're going to be having a sit down with the CEO of Plus Size Fashion Week, which is going to be holding this weekend.
Yes, indeed. Now, that's a very, it's an anticipated event for this weekend. We saw some of the models outside just now, and they were strutting their stuff. And
Strutting their stuff.
Showcasing some fashion that some people might be interested in.
And also we're going to be having another presentation by Isonil and Friends. That should come up shortly as well.
And of course, on Thursdays, we have our book chats. Today, we have Lola Akimade Ackerstrom. Now, her book is called Due North, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say about it.
All right, guys, so as usual, that's for you.
Oh, okay.
I think people need to really see this.
They need to see it, right? Okay,
so maybe zoom closer.
So many comments actually about the new look.
Oh, people are commenting already.
Yeah, people are making comments. Off the top of my head, you know, it does feel a lot more modern, you know. And
yeah, very modern.
Yeah.
Something like you would see like in an international station.
Exactly. Hello, we are an international
That's what
station.
I'm saying. So
yes.
yeah, so we're stepping up.
Yeah, well, I want to
Raising the bar.
Titi, do you remember what the C represents? Those tiny little dots.
Okay,
that make up the C.
Okay, so you got me there. I don't remember everything from the presentation earlier, but I should get every single one right. I should.
So what does it represent?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, so some of the each dot here represents one burst of colors. You have excitement, you have entertaining, you have youthful, you have energetic, you have urban, you have
right.
Yes.
Okay, so we can see all of that on the screen.
So all of that.
So that's the gold, the tiny gold dots. Or are they yellow? Are they yellow or gold?
Well, yellow gold.
Yellow gold. There's something called yellow gold.
Yellow gold, yeah, basically. So that's what the C reps. So all of this, you know, tiny dots that represent the C.
I love the way the TV is like a ribbon. You know, it's kind of like a ribbon.
Yeah.
And then the graphics work. A big shout out to Yinka.
The graphic
Yinka and his team.
Amazing.
They
did amazing work.
They put together some amazing work, and it just feels like it's a whole brand new
Yeah.
station.
And throughout today, I mean, all our viewers are going to be seeing something new,
fresh,
10 seconds
exciting.
here, 5 seconds there, but you know, just very nice, fresh and exciting.
Yeah, and I love the promos. They showcase our Africanness, our true culture, you know, in those different attires. Yeah. You have the Tiv, you have the Yoruba, you have the Igbo, you have, so there's almost always something to look out for. Yeah. And it's eye candy, which is, you know,
I like
which is the future
so there
for
was
TV.
A particular promo that a lot of the ladies were screaming about during our presentation with a very handsome man in it, you know. So whenever it comes to fine boys, you know, I'm always involved. You know, but really, there's some amazing looking people, beautiful people that live in Nigeria, and it's about time we showcase them.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, a round of applause
for the new TVC, ladies and gentlemen.
TVC.
Pure entertainment. That's what it's about on the show and on the station.
Yeah, we're excited to be part of the vision, new vision.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, we've been having a lot of fun this week, and the fun has, in fact, it's just gone up to another level. We had some models from Plus Size Fashion Week showcase for us before in the first half of the show. And now we have representatives from Plus Size Fashion Week. We have Tinuke Jonah and Olakemi Obi right here. Now, I know that you're based in the UK, but you came into Nigeria just for Plus Size Fashion Week.
Yes.
Tell us about how you got involved with the project.
Okay, so I have a campaign that I started in the UK called Plus is Diverse, and it just stands for colour representation, that racial representation matters, because plus-size women come from all different ethnic backgrounds, nationalities, and so that everybody should be able to see someone in the media that they can relate to, and so that's what spurred it on. So that's when I brought alongside Tinuke, who has albinism, and there are many women out there who are plus size that can relate to her. I also have an Oriental plus size model that I've brought along and a Caucasian plus size model that I brought along.
Okay, so there's a Caucasian, there's an African, there's... then there's also someone like you, of course.
Albinism, yes.
So it's amazing that you're here. I want to just quickly touch on Plus Size Fashion Week before we talk a bit more about the modeling. The Fashion Week, I know it started last year.
Yes.
Right, so what has the response been whenever you tell anyone that you're part of Plus Size Fashion Week in Nigeria?
It's immediately positive, like everybody's just on board, because I think it was time that not just the plus size woman was celebrated, but the African plus size woman, because I think that this is something that is normal for African women. Like, a lot of us are plus size, and this is all we've known and what we've known, and it's our turn to be celebrated and, you know, admired, and to show that, you know, we can wear fashion and we can be flamboyant too and make it look good.
You have to say that, of course, modeling all over the world has started to change.
Definitely.
You know, people are accepting that the average woman is plus size.
Yes.
There are a lot more plus size people than super skinny, or should we say super slim. But then again, there is that self-esteem issue. So how are you able to get over that and get on stage and put yourselves out there?
It's a daily progress. I think for every woman it's hard. It's never easy, but if you just like keep pushing, keep going, and keep more so focus on the good so that it becomes better than focusing on the bad and just feeling down about yourself all the time. But like I say, it's growth.
I know you would probably have a stronger contribution to that particular question when it comes to self-esteem.
Yeah, well, obviously, like every woman, sometimes, you know, we might not feel like we look great in what we're wearing on a particular day. But I would say that, especially with plus size fashion, if I was wearing something that didn't fit me right, I would feel uncomfortable. But now that, you know, stores are starting to make clothes in plus size sizes, it's easy for us, and that makes me feel more confident with what I'm wearing, because I know it fits right and I know I look good.
But then I also have to comment on your skin tone. I know a lot of people of your skin tone, skin color, skin condition, they are probably watching right now. And they're wondering, wow, so you're a model? So how did that start?
Well, Olakemi approached me and she asked me to come on board with this campaign, and I was like, at first I was a bit, you know, taken aback, because I was wondering, could I do it? Like, am I confident enough? Because my albinism also affects my sight as well. So it was a lot of factors that contributed to like me being worried about it. But then I was like, it's time. Like, it's time that there's that diversity out in the media. It's time that people, it's not just, you know, straight size women that can do runway. It's our time now. So I just thought it made sense to come on board with this.
So for Plus Size Fashion Week, what are you specifically looking forward to? I know that there's quite a lineup happening this weekend.
Well, looking forward to everything, obviously, but there's a masterclass that's happening, the Glow Up and Flawless masterclass, where they're going to help women with body confidence issues, women with business, catwalks, everything, because it's with modelling, it's a tool that can be used to help women to build their confidence. It's not always more so like, oh, you take a photo just to look good. It actually has helped. Would you not say it's helped improve your confidence?
100%.
Modelling, walking, and that's what the masterclass will do for a lot of women, so I'm excited for that as well. It's the well-being of women too, you know. So
when you say masterclass, you have speakers coming from from all over the world?
Yeah, we've got speakers from mostly Africa and some of us from the UK as well that will come and like give their views and advice and opinions and tips.
All right. What day is the masterclass then?
That's on the Saturday.
Okay,
So
this Saturday.
earlier on before the fashion show, later in the afternoon and evening.
All right then.
Yes.
Then of course the fashion shows will happen at the gala, right? And I know there are a lot of models that are competing. So this issue of competing for a title,
Yeah.
you know, plus size model of the year, you know, there are a lot of people that are not so sure about that whole pitting women against themselves, you know, that kind of thing, to get a prize. What would you say about maybe a young lady who has that issue of, you know, wondering why she should compete in something like this? I'm putting that to you now.
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I think it's all dependent on how confident you are and if you think you have it, if you think you have what it takes to, you know, win that title.
And the ladies have shown you, they've shown you a lot of positive energy?
Yeah, like I would say that me personally, I might not have the confidence yet, but watching the girls, I would say that gives me more confidence to maybe think, okay, maybe in a couple years' time, I might be ready to walk and maybe compete myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. So what's the star prize for the winner of the?
Even I don't know yet, but well, I know a little bit, but I don't want to reveal it.
You don't want to reveal it, really?
Yeah,
Really?
but it's a good prize.
All right. I know the title, the bragging rights alone of Plus Size Model of the Year is something that'll take a model international.
Yeah, Africa's
right?
Next Plus Model. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really, really glad that you ladies could come. But tell me a little bit about how you've been able to find yourselves when it comes to your own fashion style.
I don't know. I take from everywhere really. I take from what I see on like people walking in on the street. I take from high fashion and I just merge it, like whatever I really feel comfortable in. I don't stick to like, oh, plus size women can't wear this or plus size women can't wear this. I wear what I want to wear.
Really? You've never had like any rules, any things
like,
you stay away from?
Yeah, no, I know people say about stripes and polka dots and V-necks and all that kind of stuff. No, I do whatever I want.
You just wear whatever you want
Absolutely.
and it works?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the key for you then? How have you been able to?
I mean, I grew up a tomboy. I was always a tomboy, so I kind of still tried to incorporate that style with what I do. So I might like still wear trousers and I like to be comfortable on my feet, so I like to still wear trainers and things like that. So I think it's just being true to yourself and who you are. So I will still wear dresses and things like that, but if I like it and I think it looks good, like Tinuke said, I'll wear it.
If I can put it on my body, I'll wear it.
Oh, I'm so pleased to have met both of you. And the smiles on your faces tell us everything we need to know. You are plus size and beautiful.
Thank you. As are you.
All right then, so Plus Size Fashion Week will be happening this weekend at the Oriental Hotel in Lagos. And there's so much information online. You should check out their Instagram handle at Plus Size Fashion Week online. Yeah. So we're heading over to Isonil and Isonil Strings and Friends. They're right there one more time to give us an amazing performance.
All right, thank you very much, Titi. So the Isonil Strings and Friends are still here to thrill us to another beautiful rendition. Right, guys? Are you ready? Yeah, ready. Yeah. Ready? All right, take it away, guys.
Welcome back. So our guest this morning is an award-winning author and photographer, Lola Akimade Ekestrom. She explores culture through food, tradition, and lifestyle for high-profile publications like National Geographic. And she's a traveler, and of course, the BBC and The Guardian, amongst others as well. She's also the editor-in-chief of Slow Travel in Stockholm, Sweden. Her book, Due North, a collection of travel observations, reflections, and snapshots across colors, cultures, and continents, is the book that we're looking at this morning. And I think it's really, really excellent. I went through this, and it's absolutely exciting. You have an exciting life of travel, you know. I mean,
on paper, yes.
Covering Europe, Asia, Africa, of course, and the Americas. So talk to us. I mean, when I read the first pages in the book, where you were talking about your trip in Sicily and your encounter with the GPS and all of that, you just basically took us there. So what you do with this book essentially is sort of like a description with pictures and then with words.
Correct.
How did this all come about?
So the book is, I wanted to take readers with me on the journeys, and that's what I call kind of transparent ground level writing, where I show you so that you feel like you're right in there. And the reason I wanted to do this book is I've been working as a travel writer for about 11, 12 years now, and been traveling for so much longer. So I wanted to create a collection of some of those stories that have been memorable experiences on the road, kind of put them together and illustrate with some photos, because I am a photographer, and just make it just a whole visual experience.
And I thought it was excellent. Even the writing is really good.
Thank you.
I was like, okay, she's good. She's not bad. Now, let's talk about the cover page and this young boy from Peru.
Yes.
How did this go? There's a story behind this. Tell us the story.
Yes, so, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher the name of the village, but it's Coco Yocolo. But I was in Peru. About to start the trek, the Inca Trail trek, which is about a 3-day trek that ends at Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
And so we're at this village, kind of spending some time with the ladies and the women there who are traditional weavers. Yeah. And I just saw this boy kind of just running, you know, just joyful, enjoying life, and I took the shot. And that moment of just kind of freeze framing him is kind of what also inspires me to always have that kind of childlike outlook on life, you know, just to always never lose my childlike curiosity and joy and optimism. So that photo is one of my personal favorite photos because it kind of encapsulates all that.
Yeah, I'm very curious, and I'm sure a lot of the readers of this book will also be curious as well, how someone who has a background in tech, you know, information systems, then decided that, you know what, I don't want to do this. I want to be a photographer, and I also want to be a writer. And then you just started on this journey.
Correct.
Tell us how it happened.
So geography has always been kind of my favorite subject. So even when I went to school and went to university and studied information systems, that's my background, I still minored in geography. And so a lot of my technical background was in geographic information systems, so programming maps, interactive maps. Yeah. And I think it was 2002 was that deciding moment I said, you know what, I think I want to do this as a living, was because I was volunteering with an expedition race in Fiji. And my job was to just kind of follow the athletes around, write stories, do interviews, take photos, write about Fiji and the places we were visiting. And when I came back to my job as a programmer, I said, you know what, that was exciting. Yeah. I mean, I think there is something in this world. And so over the years, I kind of started doing this on the side while I was still a programmer, until I felt I had enough traction to kind of just jump in full time. Yeah. And that, when I jumped in full time, was in between 2007, 2009. Yeah.
And you've done like really, really amazing work. I mean, with BBC, The Guardian, and a bunch of other international organizations. I think we have some clips or some shots of some of your work. If we can just take that now.
In KwaZulu-Natal, home of the Zulu nation. Its people live a fast-paced 21st century life, yet many of them carry their traditions deep within them. I find that the traditional Zulu attire is so regal looking. Just the colors and the vibrancy, just beautiful. I traveled out of Durban to discover the Zulu way of life. I didn't realize how close the city is to the beautiful rolling hills of Heartland. I was excited to find people still living according to a proud, passionate heritage, not just respecting the old ways, but celebrating tradition joyously. I found people with an amazing zest for life, flashes of color everywhere. I was swept up in the drama, the noise, the excitement of it all. I mean, every photographer lives for those moments. It's
Wow, so that's a trip to KwaZulu-Natal in South
Yes.
Africa. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and so that was a collaboration between National Geographic and South African Tourism. And it was, it is an ongoing project called Through the Lens, where they work with different National Geographic photographers and send them to different parts of
Right.
South Africa based on kind of their natural interests. And for me, my natural interest is exploring culture through food, tradition, and lifestyle. So we went to KwaZulu-Natal and did this 1-minute vignette that aired on National Geographic Channel.
Very nice. Now, looking through the book, and you would notice that the book is divided into sections.
Yes.
And so let's talk about South,
Yes.
which is when you came back home to Nigeria.
Yes.
And of course, you talked about your trips, you documented some of the things that went on in Lagos and weddings, and you covered a number of other things. There's never enough content when you come to Nigeria. Talk to us.
Exactly, and you know, my heart, you know, is here in Nigeria. I mean, I grew up in Lagos, moved when I was 15, but what I wanted to do was bring people and put them beside me to experience my Lagos, to see what it is like, kind of navigating Lagos, that there is a method, you know, and there is, I would say the method to the madness,
to the madness in Lagos,
but there is just, it's just so vibrant, you know, and words are usually not even adequate sometimes to describe Lagos. And
I like how you describe the back to sender bit.
Yes.
Where, so because I think you're in a unique position as a writer, not just a photographer, because a photographer just captures the moment and then you put it out there and you leave the people to just, you know, interpret but you also capture the words and the sounds and all of that. So talk to us about back to sender.
Yeah, and one of the things that I always tell people is, you have to show people what you're seeing because the stories can tell themselves, right? You're just putting them down. So for example, if I said, oh, Lagos is a fascinating city, fascinating is an empty word. It just covers.
Yeah.
But if I describe, you know, I'm sitting in traffic, there is a guy knocking on my window, like that gets the person into the story.
Yeah.
And so that's what we usually call kind of ground level transparent writing. And so that back to sender story, it's just describing what I see. And so you feel like you're already in the story sitting right next to me.
Exactly. I mean, of course, you then reinforce that with photography.
Yes.
I saw the Keke Maras and the yellow buses. I mean, once you see the pictures, you know, this is Lagos.
Yes.
There's no, there's the going around it. So you started from north, went to south.
Yes.
And then you did east.
Yes.
Talk to us about your trips in the east.
So, so I've spent some time in Asia, and I just got back 2 weeks ago from Uzbekistan as well. So
Uzbekistan, wow.
Yeah, so I do love. I mean, I do love to travel, and what I wanted to share with this book is me as almost an outsider looking in and showing you what I'm experiencing, but without any bias.
Right.
Because one of the things as a travel writer is, if we don't show a place as transparently as possible, we can start framing people's images and minds of a place through our own words, with our own opinions. And sometimes it never does a place justice. And so that's why I really wanted, in this book, you know, I divided it to north, you know, west, east, and east was in Cambodia, and I also included kind of Eastern European part of that. Reasoning and just wanted to, you know, again, take the reader on a journey through these places as well, you know, from Poland to Cambodia and stuff.
So let's talk about freedom, because sometimes, you know, it's easier in some countries because they see a photographer, oh, okay, she's a photographer. Or you go to another country, maybe like when you went to Sicily and a number of other places, oh, she's a tourist. And then they just let you take pictures. But some other countries are a bit more restrictive.
Correct.
So talk to us about the countries that were restricted.
So there are some countries that are quite restrictive, but I think it's up to the photographer to do their research, to know, okay, what are the local laws around photography? Is it sensitive? Some cultures don't think that photography is capturing their souls, you know. So you want to be kind of cognizant and sensitive about that. But there are some places that, even though it feels difficult at first, I always say, people are people around the world. If you acknowledge them first, properly, and ask for permission, they will let you in. You know, and so that's one of the things I always tell people is, even though a situation or a place feels like, oh, I can't take photos there, I always ask them, did you talk to the person? Did you actually ask them their name? Did you spend time? showing them that you respect their work, because once you show people respect and you acknowledge them, they'll let you in.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I mean, when I read through the book, I was like, look, this is definitely, I mean, you could see the passion in the person who's writing, and also, you know, of course, like you said, trying to capture it as dispassionately as possible. Now, a lot of your trips were by the seaside. You know, so there was one where you were experiencing food, seafood, and all of that. I can't remember what country that was.
I was in Croatia.
Croatia.
I was in the fish market.
Yes, with the fishmongers and all of that. So talk to us about that story.
So again, I always say that maybe it's because I grew up in Lagos, and Lagos is surrounded by a lot of water. There is something that draws me to kind of the fishing lifestyle, and I actually have a project right now which is called Fishmongers, where I go around different fish markets of fishing communities around the world and document. But there is something that forces you to get up at 4 a.m. to go out, catch fish, bring it. And it's not just, I have to work, but there has to be some kind of passion. Maybe it's the stillness of the ocean, or just at that time, it's just you and nature. Yeah. But there's something that I feel pushes, fishermen and fisherwomen to get up that early. Wow. And so it's part of that passion I like to
Lola,
capture.
Due North, absolutely amazing. We're heading to the kitchen now. I hope you can join us.
Yes, of course.
Talking about food, because it's one of the things that you also try to showcase in this lovely, fantastic book. Let's take a trip.
Thank you.
Welcome to the kitchen. Welcome. Please take a seat.
Oh, thank you.
So she's traveled all around the world. She's back home.
She's probably tasted food all over the world too.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah,
please have a seat.
So welcome to the kitchen. This is Chef Ofer of Saris Pink Occasions, and she's made onion fried yams with hot chicken wings. Yeah.
I've been smelling it from the counter.
Right. Please have a taste.
Oh, thank you.
And tell us what you think.
There we go. I have to say, little secret, this is one of my favorite Nigerian.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Great.
Fried yam.
Yes, fried yam.
Very nice, excellent. All right, so while that is going on, we have to say a big thank you to our friends over at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories on the show.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, we have to give a big shout out to Fola at Fola's Place for styling my hair. And of course, we've had an amazing show today.
Yes, we have.
A big shout out to everyone at TVC.
Yeah. And the guys over in Creative for doing a great job. Everybody loves it.
Well done, Inka.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
And thanks, Lola, for joining us today.
Yes, indeed. We love you. We will be
Have
back
a great
tomorrow,
day.
Friday
7 a.m. Don't forget.
Bye.
Bye.